What I'm about to share with you isn't for everyone because everyone's situation is different. Roughly about 50% of you, whenever you hear this, you're gonna think to yourself, well, I can't do that because of X situation. And if that someone is you, go ahead and comment your situation down below and I'll gladly try to help you out. So keep that in mind when I'm telling you this information because this is the simplest way to save $1,000 every single month or more. So if you're ready, go ahead and hit that like button for me. A lot of people tend to turn away from real estate investing because it's big, it's scary. You have to spend tens of thousands of dollars to buy an investment property when in reality you don't necessarily have to do that. So instead of putting tens of thousands of dollars down, what if you didn't have to put tens of thousands of dollars down on a property? What if you only had to put a few $1,000s down? This is what's known as house hacking. Now house hacking is wherever you go out and you buy a duplex, triplex, or fourplex, or a 2-unit, 3-unit, or 4-unit. You live in one of the units and you rent out the rest. So if you buy a duplex, 2 units, you're gonna live in one of the units and you're gonna rent out the others. Now again, remember, if you think that, whatever your situation is and you can't do this, comment below because I really want to help you out. And I want to figure this out together. That way you can actually start doing this and saving thousands of dollars every single month. And eventually in the next 5 years, you can even retire because you have all these properties. So the same thing applies with the, a 3-unit or 4-unit triplex or fourplex is you live in one unit, you rent out the rest. Now I actually know of a guy that he bought a duplex and he rented out both units, but he lived in one of the sides on the couch and he put it like a blanket in between the couch, like the living room basically. He made that his own room and he rented out the rest of the unit. Now I'm not saying you have to go to that extreme, but I'm just telling you that it's possible. Whenever it comes to house hacking, you're more than likely going to get an FHA loan. An FHA loan basically states that you can put 3.5% to 5% down on a property. This is where you don't have to put tens of thousands of dollars on a property. You only have to put a few $1,000s down on a property. But here's a caveat. You have to stay in the property for at least 1 year. And why is that? Because with the FHA loan, you have to make it your primary residence. And primary residence states that it can either be, a single family home, it can be a duplex, triplex, or fourplex. All of those are considered primary residence as of the date of the recording of this video. As you can already tell, that one of the biggest perks is putting only 3.5% to 5% down on a property. So if you're buying a duplex for $200,000, you only have to put down $7,000 to $10,000. And that's absolutely crazy because just think about it. If you're saving $1,000 every single month, and I'll show you how to do that, that's a crazy low amount to actually start investing in real estate. And yes, whenever you're house hacking, you're investing in real estate because here's what you're going to do. Let's just say, for example, that $200,000 duplex, let's just say for the example, a mortgage is $1,000 a month. Now don't be flaming me in the comments saying, James, what $1,000, $200,000 duplex isn't $1,000 a month. It's, $2,000 a month mortgage. It's just for an example. So don't be flaming me in the comments because this is all for an example to show you exactly what is possible with house hacking. So let's just say, for example, your mortgage is $1,000 a month and you're going to be renting out the other unit. Let's say you can get $1,000 a month in rent from that other side. So you're living in one of the units, you're renting out the other for $1,000, but your mortgage is $1,000, so you're paying off that mortgage. Well, James, you said I could be saving $1,000 every single month. This is where it's so powerful because you're not spending money on rent or mortgage anymore. Let's just say you're renting an apartment for $1,000 every single month. Now you don't have to pay that $1,000 a month because the tenant in your duplex is paying you the money to pay off the mortgage. So that money you would have been spending on the rent or a mortgage on a single family home, you can now pocket that. I'm just showing you what's possible because think about it. This is the simplest way because let's just say you take a week and you go and you read my ebook, and a link to the ebook is gonna be in the description down below, and you find out how to find off-market properties just like these duplexes, triplexes, or fourplexes. You take a week, you learn all these skills, you're going to find a property, put it under contract, and then maybe a month or two down the line, you actually close on the deal, and now you're getting a tenant inside the property, and you're making money every single month. You're making that $1,000. And the numbers are gonna be dependent on if you buy a duplex, triplex, fourplex, the purchase price, the mortgage, how much you can get for rent, all these different types of things. So if you wanna know what the mortgage is, what you can get for rent, there's gonna be a link to a deal check down below, and they tell you exactly, what your mortgage is gonna be, how much you're going to have to put down on the property, how much the rents are gonna be. It's gonna pull up a bunch of different comparables, and it's completely for free. So deal check is just a website. You can find out the rents, you can find out the expenses. So if you wanna go check them out, a link to deal check is gonna be in the description down below, as well as my 13 different ways to find off-market properties. And here is what gets even better. You know how I've told you might be able to retire in 5 years by just doing this? Think about this. If we take the same example of buying a duplex for $200,000, putting $10,000 down, we're just gonna say you put, the 5% down. Well, now let's just say, for example, it's gonna be $1,000 in mortgage, $1,000 in rent, and you're saving that $1,000 every single month. And at the end of 1 year, you now saved up $12,000. And guess what? You can do this again and again and again, because whenever you're getting an FHA loan, you only have to live in the property for 1 year, and then you can refinance out of an FHA loan because you can only have one FHA loan at a time. Whenever you refinance, you're going to refinance into a conventional loan, and then you're going to do it again and again and again, get another FHA loan, refinance, do it again and again. So let's just say in 5 years you bought 5 duplexes, and each duplex you're saving $1,000 a month. So with 5 duplexes, you're saving $5,000 a month. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, James, I'm not really saving $5,000 a month. I'm living in, one of the 10 units I have now. Not really, because you think about it, whenever you bought the duplex, you're living in one side, you're renting out the other. After a year, you move out, you get another duplex. Whenever you refinance, you can now put a tenant inside the other unit at $1,000 a month. Yes, you're going to be taken out for expenses like repairs, maintenance, vacancy, and all these different types of things. But this is just to show you how powerful this is, and you can absolutely do this. So again, if you're one of those people that you think, this just isn't right for me, I have this certain situation, go ahead and comment that situation down in the comments down below, because I really want to help you out. Comment whatever situation you have, and I want to help you come up with a solution, because I honestly believe that you should be doing this. Why? Because 5 or 6 years ago, I was only making $1,500 a month as a news photographer. You might be thinking, how are you only making, $18,000 a year working as a news photographer? Let me tell you, you don't get paid squat as a news photographer unless you're working for like CNN or CBS or whatever they are. And by making $1,500 a month, that doesn't leave a lot of room to pay rent, groceries, and a bunch of different things. So I really believe that your life is on the line whenever it comes to house hacking, because how would your life change with $1,000 a month in your pocket? That's game changing for some people. Okay, I'm kind of just going on a rant now, but if you want more information about the housing market, how real estate investing works, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video just like this one, so you keep getting informed. Now, if you want to know a new way to finding off-market properties, there's gonna be a video popping up right here, so I highly suggest you go watch that video. But until the next video, I'm out. See you.